Shaun Pollock, not surprisingly, has asked New Zealand to follow on. Certainly South Africa well on top in this game. A lot of time left. And Weed One feels has made the right decision, has Shaun Pollock. His bowlers have had, well, not a hard time of it. Donald 21, Pollock 22, Ntini 14, Kallis 13, Boye 16, and Klusener just 3. So they will be a little bit wary. But Danny Morrison, right decision?
I suppose you could look at it in those two ways of thinking. If you want to rest your faster men, and do you want to perhaps have Boye bowling last on it? So could have been the option there. Carried on and decided not to enforce the follow and have a bit of a bat, smash it around the park, and then bat the Kiwis last. And perhaps, you know, the uneven nature of it, Mike, keeping a bit up and down and obviously taking a bit more spin later on.
Yeah, that is a possibility, but I'm a great believer in enforcing the follow-on. It really does not put the opposition totally out of winning the match, but near enough. And once you bat again, you know, 240-odd runs adrift the opposition. And if you don't score runs at a quick enough rate, because you certainly want to allow enough time to bowl the opposition out, and you don't score runs quick enough and you lose a few wickets, suddenly they get psychologically a bit better, and the side that has held their ascendancy for the whole game just has a bit of a downer. And I always one of those, Denny, put the knife in
and twist it. Alan Donald, first up round the wicket to Mark Richardson.
Richardson, bowled by Donald in the first innings. He had bowled over the wicket, Alan Donald, to Mark Richardson, and eventually decided to go round, and no wonder he's smiling. Great day for the big man. For our viewers that have just tuned in, he has just taken his 300th wicket in international cricket, the 15th man of all time to do it. So New Zealand are away in the second innings via a leg bye.
Centre.
Bouncer hooked away. Well, no fuss, no bother for Spearman there. That is as good a hook shot as you're likely to see.
It was just that, because it's the surprise element that Pollock is relying on. And where you're having to contend with deliveries just round about your off stump all day, you get a bouncer so easy to not be in position early enough.
Cut away in the air, over the ring and down to backward point for 4.
That's a problem that used to plague him at the beginning of his career. He was sometimes either too short or too full and never got the in-between length. Never found the in-between length. Yeah, he's trying to be aggressive, trying to be quick, just a bit too short. I don't think Spearman took much trouble to keep the ball down. Just made sure he followed through with a shot. Always knew it was enough to beat point or gully.
Well, that's slashed through gully down to third man, and this will run away for 4. And certainly the shackles have been broken.
I think you're right, Brett, and that's probably one of the reasons for the, some might seem even, or say, undue caution, which the New Zealand Open has adopted against Donald and Pollock. Reasoning that if they could see through that opening spell, Kallis and Ntini, no mean performers as their record shows, but on a good batting wicket.
Slashed away in the air, third man again, 4 again. 12 overs gone, and the runs they are coming. 33 without loss. Well, amazing. 12 runs off the first 10 overs from Pollock and Donald. 19 off the last 2, 1 from Ntini, and that was the conclusion of the Kallis over. In the air, should be caught. Out. Mackenzie takes a simple catch. Intini's extra pace gets the breakthrough. An indifferent shot selection from Spearman, and New Zealand have lost their first wicket. Intini strikes.
Great bowling from Intini. Superb length. And Spearman wondering where his next scoring shot will come from. Slightly shorter, but it's much too quickly onto him. And before he can get anywhere near in a good position to play the full shot, it's onto him and it goes straight up off the splice. He's gone for a patient 15, but I don't think he would be satisfied. New Zealand 33 for 1.
Coming to the crease now, the new man, Matthew Sinclair. No time for a change in voice. It's now Michael Hazeman with Mike Proctor.
Thanks, Brett. Matthew Sinclair, 25 years of age, 100, high score of 214. New Zealand versus the West Indies in Wellington, not so long ago, averaging 41 in Test match cricket. And he's got a great deal of work to do today and tomorrow and the next day, I think, maybe, if the Kiwis have any chance of saving this match. Oh, that's a lovely drive. Terrific drive. And he's off the mark with a boundary.
It's a good way to get off the mark. Slightly overpitched, he just leans into it.
Single will bring up the New Zealand 50.
Always felt that sort of had something to prove against the Englishmen because they invented the game and the history of the game is all there. Wanted to do so well against them. And certainly no different. As you watch a beautiful piece of flight. Really have been impressed with Boyer.
Too wide and neatly placed by Richardson. Waited for it, hit it late, squeezed it down to backward point, and it just gets across the rope.
See how much Boyer has been giving it here. Really trying to get it to rip, give it as much opportunity to turn.
Well, yeah, short, cut away, through for 4, bad ball, and it got the treatment.
Yeah, I'd have to say I'm a little disappointed too from the locals for that. Yes, rugby is on, but gee, we had a saturation of it over the winter, and this is only the start of the summer. And hometown hero Donald, yes, he's got his 300th.
Working hard for you, Bodgy. Come on, boy.
You watch Matthew Sinclair punish the bad ball, but
Cut 4. Too short, too wide. Left-handers love that area. And Richardson picks his spot.
Kiwi flag bearers. Something to cheer about. But yeah, it's just that just a bit of width here from Callis. Just back on that note of perhaps a genuine swing bowler. And it'd be interesting, remember Brett Schultz, I didn't see a lot of him, only saw some video footage, and he was a big, powerful man and very quick. But someone with a bit of left arm swing would be useful.
It's well played. Whipped through mid-wicket. Just going to be 2 runs, but it brings up Richardson's 50. So that's a good performance from him. Good start out of 80 runs.
There's only 90 deliveries placed, 50 for Richardson. Important to target for New Zealand, not only to bat for a long time, session by session, but also they'll have an eye on a score around about 400.
No ball called. You might have picked that up. Chuck Callis saying, don't make me bowl another ball. Orchie, please, man. Speaking to umpire Dave Orchard.
That extra half an hour really tests your ability.
81 for 1.
Well, the New Zealand second innings had to be enforced, I'm afraid, that follow-on by Sean Pollock. And not too good there from young Sinclair. 15, got a start and didn't kick on. It's just been the way for him. He gets in and doesn't go on. Partnerships, well, just that there, a couple there to do. And the 33 for the opening partnership between Richardson and Spearman. And the unbroken one at the moment, Richardson and Sinclair, 49 not out. Donald, well, looking pretty tired, these guys. You can't blame them. They bowled their hearts out in the first innings. 5 overs, 4 runs. Pollock, 6 overs for 8. And just the only successful bowler, 1 for 20 for 9. Well, it's state of play. New Zealand, 160 runs behind. It is looking up a very, very tall order indeed. Obviously, New Zealand are going to be looking to survive. That is going to be a critical part of it. They're going to try and create partnerships. South Africa, well, they're obviously going to want to just keep driving those nails into that New Zealand coffin and march on towards victory. So join us here, TV3 viewers, Sky viewers, from Goodyear Park in Bloemfontein. Take care. Good night.